There's just a little story here that I was reading this morning. New York residents urged not to warm up their vehicles. Now, I've said things before about how they're coming for your gas powered stuff. In the very beginning, let's just recap. In the very beginning, it started with me reading an article, and I believe I read that article to you. It was saying that New York was going to pass laws in order to basically get rid of the gas-powered stove. And they were claiming that the fossil fuel burning is causing asthma in children. Now, never mind the fact that these kids are eating 500 and 600 and 1,000 calorie breakfasts, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches, candy in the morning, Red Bull in the morning. I swear to God, I've seen that. I see this. These kids are eating garbage for breakfast. If the fast food restaurants were open and near the schools, they'd be eating that too. Never mind the fact that these kids, in many cases, are young and they have bodies worse than 30-year-old post-war women. Never mind any of that. No, we're worried about gas stoves causing asthma in children. Now, if you look back to like pictures that we have from the 50s and the 40s, and even, back then, prior to World War II, if you look back then, and even I'll say maybe right up until about the 70s, before fast food and globalization of soda companies really took off and started obviously causing obesity. If you look back then, the women were thin. They really were. If you look back pre-80s, I'll say, the women in America were mostly thin. Even the heavy women were nowhere near as heavy as the women now. The same thing goes for the men. The men were nowhere near as heavy as they are now. The young adolescent males were nowhere near as heavy as they are now. But yet, despite the fact we had gas stoves that entire time, despite the fact that it was common for people to smoke cigarettes. No. It's the gas stoves we're worried about. We're not talking about the childhood obesity. We're not talking about the fact that kids now are smoking weed and vaping. We're not talking about none of that. No. It's the gas stoves that are causing asthma. So, when I heard that they were coming after the gas stoves, logically, I was like, wait a minute. If they're coming after gas stoves because they're claiming that these are causing asthma, then obviously they're going to come after everything else. They're going to come after your gas furnace, and they're going to come after your gas water boiler, because pretty much everybody has, if they don't have an oil furnace, they probably got a gas furnace. Most people don't have electric furnaces because, as far as I know, I haven't really seen electric furnaces, with the exception of maybe you can attach them to RVs. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the next big thing. They're going to have electric furnaces in order to heat homes, because that's the only logical thing that makes sense if you're going to have solar power, solar batteries on houses, and then you'd have electric furnaces. That makes a lot of sense, actually, because eventually what you're doing is you're taking these houses off the grid, or at least you're reducing their reliance on the grid. So all of these people who are talking about electric cars, oh yeah, well, there's not enough infrastructure for them. It's like, what do you think? You think that they're not doing anything about it? Of course they are. And on top of that, it looks like we're making a move back towards nuclear power. Because keep in mind, the only reason why we're not using nuclear power is because of NIMBY and a bunch of liberals who tried to slow us down and make it so we couldn't use nuclear power. Long story short, they're coming after your gas things. Whatever you got that's gas, coal-fired stoves, charcoal grills, they're coming after anything that burns, they're coming after it. Electric grills, like George Foreman grills, electric things, that seems to be what we're going towards. I want you to look, air fryers. Like, that's the new big thing. They've got everybody buying an air fryer. I bought my mama a Ninja air fryer for Christmas, in addition to some other appliances. That's the direction that we're going. So basically, what's the story here? New York residents urged not to warm up their vehicles. So keep this in mind, because y'all just don't see the future the way I see it. Now, I'd heard a saying. It said that, the only reason why I was able to see as far as I could see is because I stood on the shoulder of giants. Well, when you study, how government manipulates citizens over time, it actually makes sense. What they have done with gas trucks is they basically give them fines if they try to idle the truck. Now, the only reason why they would be idling the truck is because they're trying to keep the truck warm, right? So we have anti-idling fines for trucks and buses, specifically trucks and buses, right? Now, what they're doing is, in another attack against gas cars, the first one that you saw was, okay, they're going to give you tickets for having a loud exhaust. In addition to that, and by the way, these aren't fix or forget it tickets. These are tickets that when you get them shits, you got to pay them. You can't get rid of them. But now they're basically telling you you're not allowed to idle your car. Now, keep in mind, in Europe and a lot of other countries, you're not allowed to idle your car. My Jeep SRT has remote start, for example. In many other countries, remote start is not legal. You're not allowed to have it. Think about it like this, and I guarantee you that within the next maybe 2 years, chances are you're going to see them say that remote start is illegal, or you're going to see them force manufacturers to take remote start out of the vehicles. I guarantee it. Now, when it comes to warming up a car, obviously a gas car has to have the engine running in order to warm up the car, because that's where it's basically getting all of its energy and heat from, because the gas engine is needed to keep the electrical system charged, and the electrical system runs the HVAC system. With an electric car like my electric Cadillac, there's no gas involved. If the car is plugged into your house, it can use energy from the house to warm itself. Or it can use energy from the battery to run the HVAC system, but there's no gas involved. So as long as you're not using like a CFC gas, like what is it called? As long as you're not using Freon, or you're using some ozone damaging or depleting gas, you're fine. So the bottom line is, electric vehicles could be mandated to be the only vehicles that are allowed to idle to warm themselves up. So people who are used to having, what are these things? Gas-powered cars, we call them internal combustion vehicles or ICE vehicles. People who are used to having ICE vehicles could find themselves being threatened with fines if they idle their vehicle in the morning to warm them up. Because I haven't even read the story yet, but let me just say this. Normally, when I would wake up and get ready in the morning for work, all I have to do is double click that start stop button on my keychain, and it turns my car on. And most of these cars have a timeout for about 10 minutes that says it'll allow you to run the engine for 10 minutes, and then the car will just turn itself off. That's at least how my Jeep works, right? But we're facing the possibility that, and I'm telling you this now, and I guarantee you're going to hear this within the next 2 or 3 years, but we're facing the possibility that they may remove remote starts from cars, or they may directly come after you and say you're not allowed to idle your car. That's what I'm saying. And everything else that I've predicted has come true. Because basically the way these communists in this government work, it's very, very predictable. It's like being on a chessboard. It's like you can basically see what they're planning based on the shit that they're talking now. You can basically see what they're planning shortly down the road. So all these people who are like, oh yeah, electric cars, they ain't got no future. Electric cars, the demand is low. It's like, guys, don't believe the hype. A lot of that is propaganda, but When you look at the tax policy where they're giving away tax credits for electric vehicles and not gas-powered vehicles, when you look at the fact that we are now $34 trillion in debt, when you look at the fact that we have sanctioned Russian oil and gas prices are still over $3 a gallon, it's like y'all can't put it together the way I'm putting it together. I'm painting a picture for you and you can't see it. It's like invisible ink. You can't see it. But anyway, what does it say? It says winter is rough on our vehicles, especially in upstate New York, where it can become exceptionally cold. But if you're someone who starts up your car to let it warm before zooming off to work in the dark of the morning, you might want to reconsider. Nobody likes to get behind the wheel of a vehicle so cold inside that a person can see their breath. But car experts say that if you want to prolong the life of your vehicle, that's pretty much what you should be doing. It used to be standard to need to start up a vehicle and let it run for a few minutes before taking it to the road in order for the engine to properly warm. But the design of vehicles has come a long way in recent years, and this is generally not necessary. According to Firestone Complete Auto Care, thanks to modern fuel injection systems, you can pop your keys in the ignition or press the start button and be on your way instantaneously. Firestone also notes that when you start your vehicle and let it idle, you're not just burning precious and expensive gas, which I totally agree with, but you're minimizing the fuel efficiency of your car. You might think the engine in your vehicle needs to get acclimated, but the reality is that your engine will warm up faster when the vehicle's in motion. If you hate driving a cold car, you're going to loathe this. The experts at Firestone say that you should layer on warm clothes, making sure to bundle up well, start your vehicle, and be on your way. If that's still not enough to convince you that it's better to get in and go, check this out. Americans are literally throwing $5.9 billion of gas away by letting their vehicles idle instead of just getting on their way. To find out more about how has the price of gas changed through the years, Stacker ran the numbers on the cost of a gallon of gasoline for each of the last 84 years. Using data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics released in April 2020, we analyzed the average price for a gallon of unleaded regular gasoline from 1976 to 2020, along with the Consumer Price Index for unleaded regular gasoline 1937 to 1976, including the absolute and inflation-adjusted prices for each year. Read on and explore the cost of gas. Okay, so they're just going on to the cost of gas. They're saying in 1937 it was 19 cents. Inflation adjusted, that would be $3.41. And they say it's number 10 most expensive year in an 84-year span. They're saying it went to 18 cents, so it actually went down over time. It went to 17 cents, 16 cents, 17 cents. So in 1941, it was $2.99. So let's just, this is actually a really good article, so I'm going to give this to you, and you can read this yourself. But bottom line is this. They don't want you idle in your car. No matter how you get to it, they just don't want you idle in your car. So they'll come up with every reason why you shouldn't idle your car. And then when it gets right down to it, they'll use that fact that you're wasting money in gas. And then when it gets down to it later, they'll say, no, you're damaging the environment. Thanks to the EPA laws, you're not allowed to idle your car. You already know that there's like people who try to fight against this with that rolling coal bullshit with these trucks, and they're trying to roll coal and everything. And those people face huge federal fines if they get caught doing it, which they will, because somebody can easily report you and then the feds will come and check you out. It's kind of like the ATF. It's like somebody report, like you be at the gun range and somebody's like, wait a minute, I think you got a machine gun. And then they call the feds on you and then they come check you out. Basically, we're turning fascist and you just don't even realize it because most people don't even know the definition of these words. So, it's happening. So that's the bottom line. You're not allowed to idle your car. So you can't idle your gas car, huh? Well, when you have an electric car, all you got to do is just turn on the heater or the air conditioner in order to pre-warm or pre-cool the vehicle, and you don't have to worry about anybody coming after you about idling. So right here, all you do is you just push this button, the start button, you hold it, and you allow the command to go through. And when the command goes through, the car will let you know that it has received the command by signaling back that the car is on, and that all you got to do is tell it what temperature you want it to be. So I was looking out the window, and I can already see that the car is activated because I saw the lights turn on. So now, if I want to warm my car up, it's 30 degrees outside, all I got to do is say warm to 80, or touch it and say, let's say I could warm it up higher. Where you can go, we can go all the way up to 84. I don't think 84 is necessary. Let's just say 80. And you can even turn the climate off if you want to. Now, that is efficiency. Every single video I make, people keep on asking about my Jeep, and they keep asking, did I keep my Jeep? Yes, I kept my Jeep. My Jeep was paid off. This was an $85,000 truck, and right now they stopped making these trucks. And I was like, wait a minute, I can't ever buy this truck again. I can't get anything even remotely like this truck. I was like, I'm gonna keep this truck. So I didn't sell it and I didn't trade it in. I'm keeping this truck. So the bottom line is, no, I did not sell the Jeep SRT. So if I want to run that, what is it called? The idling? Yeah, I can do that. So it was like, I wasn't going to sell this. This truck was too goddamn cool. It was like, I wasn't going to sell it. And besides, I kept this thing in such good condition until, how dare I sell it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuild this car. Like, I'm going to get brand new wheels, and I'm going to get brand new tires. These tires still have some tread life on them, but these wheels are, you know, they have some pothole cracks. They have some damage to them. So it's actually kind of hard to see it. But yeah, they have a couple of pothole cracks. They have some damage to them. So I'm gonna rebuild. Like, yeah, they need to be clean, you know. And see, this is the sad thing about not driving the car. You know, you start to get rust and stuff on the rims and everything. And the problem is, I've been having so much fun with my Lyric until, you know, I haven't really driven this car in the amount of time that I've been with the Lyric. So, yeah, other than that, I mean, this car can easily be rebuilt. I think I may have to get a tire inflator, and I also may have to get a battery tender. But yeah, the car is in excellent condition. And I think I might get an exhaust system and rebuild the exhaust. I might get a Borla. Usually you can get those for like $1,500, $1,700. But yeah, that's it. Every now and then I'm gonna have to run it just to make sure that the battery is charged. But yeah, she's in okay condition. I have the parts to replace these carbon fiber things right here, because over time, anybody with one of these cars knows that these carbon fiber things eventually get messed. They eventually start to buckle and warp. So I actually already have the parts. I just haven't done anything about it yet. But I'm gonna fix it up. I'm not gonna turn it into a race truck or nothing. I'm just gonna fix it up and just keep it nice. We got some rain here, so naturally somebody decided to mess up this morning. Uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh, somebody skidded off the road. Oh my God, look, oh my God. Oh my God, look at that, Jesus Christ. Uh-oh. All right, yeah, let's turn that Lady Gaga off, because I don't need her messing up me with the censorship. I don't know if you know this song. It's like, unfortunately, I can't let it play too loud. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, dun, 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 dun. Gangster white walls, TV antenna in the back. Dun, 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 dun. You may not have a car But just remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. You may not have a great big Cadillac, like sunroof top, dimming in the scene and gasoline, gangster white walls, TV antenna in the back. I'm probably gonna get a copyright infringement. I don't know. Oh shit! I don't want to be behind you. Come on, car. Decide to turn. Let's go. A car at all. Just remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Thankful for what you got. Okay, I'm gonna get from behind this guy, yeah, because it just, for whatever reason, that guy is driving at fucking like 30 miles an hour. I don't know what's going on with that guy, but you get the picture. Raining, crazy. The Ultra Cruise thing or the Super Cruise thing still works just fine. And I know some people were like, oh yeah, I'd never trust a computer to drive for me. We're getting so lazy as humans. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But, you know, it is what it is. What's this in front of me? I don't know what this is. This is like one of those either BMWs or Mercedes or something. I've been seeing a couple of those Lotus Electors on the road. Yeah, they're kind of interesting. $150,000? I don't think so, though. Yeah, X6. But, you know, when you drive one of those things and you gotta pay for that gas, man, it's just not as fun. It's just not as fun. I mean, yeah, granted, you can do your road trips and everything, but personally, it's like, nah, no thanks. There's been a lot of talk in the news about some of these cars, specifically Tesla, not getting the promised range. Some dude had a Cybertruck and he took it and drove it. Wait, where am I supposed to be? Grand Central Parkway West. Yeah, he had a Cybertruck and he did like a live stream, and he basically was showing that thing doesn't get like 300 miles worth of range. And Tesla, I think under Musk, Tesla basically said, yeah, well, you know, we promised up to like 500 miles of range, but you have to have a range extender in the trunk, and that takes up a lot of space. Now, granted, it's a disappointment, especially for something that big, that you're not getting that full 300 miles worth of range. But the reality is, you know, most of these things are so big and so heavy that they're probably not going to get that much range. Not only that, like they switched to a new, larger lithium cell, and supposedly they did that because they put out less heat than the smaller ones or something. You know, these guys are engineers and stuff, so I'm not going to try to second guess them, because I'm not a software or a mechanical engineer. But from what I've seen, it's like the guy who was driving, he was driving at like more than 70 miles an hour, and he had his heater on. So yeah, you're going to cut down your range when you're doing those two things. Like me, I was driving. It's very easy to drive these things very fast all the time. It's very easy to be at 80 miles an hour because, first of all, you don't hear an engine, so you perceive speed with the sound of the engine roaring, right? But it's very easy not to notice how fast you're driving. That's number one. Like when I was coming over here, even in the rain, I'm doing like 80 something miles an hour this whole way. And this car is super stable. And, you know, I was mostly in the lanes, you know, spaced out away from other cars. But these things are super stable. I was doing 80 miles an hour, 85 miles an hour. And I was having like no problem at all, you know. Now, these cars are less efficient on highways because they like to regenerative brake. So if you're driving on the highway, you don't get a chance to regenerative brake very much. When you're in stop and go traffic, they actually are able to save more energy. Now, they're exactly the opposite of a gas-powered car. When you have a gas-powered cars love highways, and they hate stop and go because the engine is always going to be idling and turning. So it's wasting fuel to be sitting still, or it's wasting fuel to be like, in very tightly packed traffic. So, that's just one of the differences. But, me personally, it's like, if you want an electric car and you want to use it as a daily driver to and from work, then there's nothing wrong with that. And honestly, I really think that if you want the most inexpensive electric car that you can relatively trust, I would probably go with a Tesla Model 3 or a Tesla Model Y, because those are like $40,000, maybe $45,000. They're relatively cheap. The only thing that's really expensive is the insurance. But, if you really feel like you got a family, I would get a minivan, like a Chrysler Pacifica, a Kia, Carnival. I'd get a minivan. Most people don't want to be seen in a minivan, so they don't care how practical it is. Because my thinking is, if you're worried about how much fuel efficiency you're going to get or energy efficiency you're going to get in a electric vehicle, then obviously what you're really worried about is the practicality of an electric vehicle. So the most practical thing that you can actually get is a minivan, especially if you want to do long road trips. Because even me, like with these white seats, I don't want my family up in these damn things. I don't want them with grease on their fingers. Like if we do a rest stop and you go to KFC and your fingers all greasy and everything, I don't want you eating in my damn car. Meanwhile, if you have a minivan and you have like a black or gray or dark gray interior or something, it's not a problem because it's just a minivan and it's easy to clean. It's like, this is a luxury vehicle. I don't want nobody in this thing. So I wouldn't be doing road trips even if I did road trips, which I don't. But again, it's like if you have a minivan, minivans have reclining second row seats. They have usually reclining third row seats if you don't have to pack it up with cargo like luggage and stuff. Minivans are really, really good for road trips. They're probably the best thing you can get. They're probably the most fuel efficient. They have the most space because the floors are flat for the most part. Most of these minivans have, seats that fold into the floor. So if you really, really, really want an electric car, but you're afraid of the practicality, then what you should do, get yourself a Tesla Model 3 or a Tesla Model Y, and then get a minivan. But see, the problem is, it's all about image. Y'all don't want to be seen in the minivan. Y'all would rather have an SUV. But here's the problem. These SUVs are gas guzzlers. No matter how you slice it, most SUVs are gas guzzlers, especially when you're talking about a V6 or a V8 engine. Now, if you're talking about one of these really small SUVs that have like a 4-cylinder, okay, now you don't have to really worry about it as long as it's like a naturally aspirated 4. But if you have a turbo 4, you got to use premium fuel to get max power. So you see this Toyota Sienna right here? I hate Toyota, but I know Toyota lasts, I know Honda lasts and everything. So if I had to do a minivan road trip, that would be perfect right there. I would do that, But see, the problem is, it's all about image. People don't want to be seen in this shit. And that's the bottom line. It's like, you can get minivans that have interiors just like this one, but nobody wants to be seen in it. That's the problem. It's all ego. So if you're gonna do it based on ego, then you're gonna lose every single time, because you're never gonna be able to get exactly what you want, and what you want is probably really, really expensive. It's like I had been foreshadowing the downfall of most of these YouTubers who do car reviews. These cars are so expensive now that these dudes can't get the money for these cars. Like, there's some channels where they have multi-millions of dollars, like FFF and DDE. I think FFF has more money than DDE. But some of these YouTubers have the access to go out and buy a Revuelto or to go out and buy a Bugatti or something. But the average person, they can't even hope to be able to afford something like that. So what we're really doing is we're focusing on real world affordable vehicles, right? And practicality. So when you really do that focus, it changes everything. The last time I did this drive going into Manhattan, down to the meatpacking district, because that's, strangely enough, these people put Tesla, Rivian, Lucid, and they put Fisker right next to each other in downtown Manhattan, which is like way over there. So they put all of these things right next to each other in the same place. So the only reason why I'm going is because I wanted to see the Fisker car, what is it called? The Fisker Ocean and the Fisker Rivero. So I believe they have both of those in the gallery, and right now it's 9:06. They open at 10. So that's the only reason why I'm going. But I just, felt like doing it. And I was like, you know what? I could go on Martin Luther King Day, or I could go right now. So I was like, nah, let me go right now. Because I can just go in there, take a look, sit in it, take a look at it, and this, that, and other. I don't know if they have the Fisker Ocean available for test drive, but I would bet that they probably do. I don't know if the weather is going to clear up any better by 10, but considering it's like city driving, they might let you test drive it. But I just want to see what the inside looks like, because I know it doesn't look like this, So I just wanted to see what kind of features it has and all that. I just wanted to see what it looks like inside the gallery. So they open at 10. I'm on my way there. I'll be there very soon. And just drive on through Times Square, and then probably make my way to, 11th Avenue, West Side Highway and everything. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, as long as everybody stays away from each other, you get a lot of space. As long as everybody gets enough space from each other, we're good. Okay, so right turn is permitted after stop on red. So as long as you stop, you're good. All right, so you keep going. We gotta take the Queensboro Bridge, because I refuse to pay a toll if I don't have to. But here's the thing, here in Manhattan, they're doing this congestion pricing bullshit. So what they're gonna do is they're going to set up cameras. When you enter Manhattan, they're basically gonna take pictures of your license plate, and they're gonna charge your Easy Pass. And now that I mentioned the Easy Pass, that reminds me, my Easy Pass account is linked to my Jeep, and I'm gonna have to link it to my Lyric right here. Or I'm gonna have to add the, the license plate of this car to my Easy Pass. Yeah. I also have to reset my my traffic app for these stupid parking meters, because these parking meters require you to enter your license plate, and then it allows you to park for a certain amount of time. I do my best not to come down here, honestly. I do my best not to come into this part of Queens. I really, really do my best. It's like, the only time I'll come down here is when I really, really have to, or like if I really, 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 really need to come over here. But Brooklyn and Queens, I do my best to stay out of them, because these places are hard. It's like, and that's the new big thing. It's like, they're dropping off illegals and stuff off buses. Now, I personally haven't seen those buses personally, but I've seen them on the news, but I haven't seen them with my own eyes in real life. Supposedly, the mayor, Eric Adams, he plans on suing Governor Abbott and anybody who sends those people up here. I just can't believe that this is the point that we're in right now, where we have other states mailing us illegal aliens. I just can't believe this. I just can't believe it. Lets you really understand that your leaders have, you see the Trump finger, right? Your leaders have failed you. They've absolutely failed you. And it's gotten to the point where we're literally having other governors mail us illegal aliens, shipping them up here like Amazon packages. I mean, oh my God. That's scary. Oh my God. How'd you do that? All you had to do was stay away from these people are stupid. They're just stupid. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Oh my God. I'm seeing all these accidents. And it's not even raining that hard. Look at this. It's not even raining that hard. These people are crashing into everybody's cars and stuff. Doesn't even make no sense. Doesn't make no sense. Doesn't make no sense. Tisk, tisk, tisk. And then the real, fortunately, nobody really gets hurt too seriously in these accidents because these, it's relatively low-speed accidents, and these cars have excellent crumple zones. So basically, the engine absorbs the vast majority of the impact. So fortunately, two people don't get too hurt. But Jesus Christ. Just stay away from me. That's all I need you to do. If you see the electric Cadillac, I need you to stay about 15 feet back and pretend that I'm like an emergency service vehicle. Just stay away from me. That's all. Just stay away. It's like I don't want to end up like that thing back there that got all wrecked up. I don't want to end up like that. God, you think, it's 9:12 and these people still find an excuse on a Sunday morning, mind you, to have all this goddamn traffic. They still find an excuse. Somebody had asked me about the themes of the car, and they said that Cadillac might take the themes out. The only thing I know that they're planning on taking out is Apple CarPlay, and they're claiming that it's because they don't want to pay Apple the money or something. My car has Apple CarPlay, so if they take it out of future ones, to tell you the truth, I don't really think too many people are going to miss it, because as you can see, I have the Hey Google system, and it, there you go. Give me directions to the Wall Street Bull.
19 minutes from your location by car in light traffic.
Right. So, yeah, I can drive all the way down to Lower Manhattan. I'm not going to drive in that direction. I'm going to go to Times Square. But, as far as I'm concerned, the Google system actually works pretty well. So, do I think people are really going to miss Apple CarPlay in these cars? Maybe, maybe not. Because the thing about it is, like, in my mom's XT5, my mom has an iPhone, and she uses Apple CarPlay. It's because I'm not paying OnStar. I use the technology the car comes with, and I refuse to get forced into a subscription. So I'm not going to pay OnStar at all. I have 3 years of leasing this car, and for whatever the amount of time is of the free services, that's what time I have. But other than that, I'm not paying subscriptions. I don't see any point. My car has OnStar, so if I want to use OnStar, I could. If I want to use Apple CarPlay, I can. If I want to use this Google system, I can. And again, I'm not paying extra. I'm just not doing it. So that's just the bottom line. Navigation should always work by itself in any vehicle. So I'm not paying extra for any navigation. Now I don't have to pay for this. This is standard. This comes with the car's computer. It's just that if you want access to the OnStar button, I have the free trial for like 6 months or something like that. But I'm not paying them extra. I'm not. I think the system that's already in the car, I think it's good enough. The mere fact that all you got to do is just do what I did, and it'll just give you the directions, I think that's good. I think most people will be satisfied with that. I'm really anxious, actually, for the next New York International Auto Show, because I want to see the newer Cadillac models, because they have the smaller model than this called the Optic. And then they're going to have the larger model than this that replaces the XT6. It's called the VISTIC. And then after that, they've got the Escalade IQ. Now, I already saw the Escalade in person. I was really, really impressed with it. This car is very comfortable for me. I really don't need the size of the Escalade, but I would want to give it a check out. I think the VISTIC is going to be a good seller when it comes to 3-row electric vehicles. But see, GM is so far behind on getting these things to market, because I find it amazing. Rivian, Lucid, Lotus, everybody's gotten their EVs to market. Meanwhile, GM, they had to do a stop on the Blazer because of software issues. And even with this took longer than it should have taken to get this, you know? And I just find that so amazing that GM is the largest physical manufacturer, but they've been overtaken, I think, by BYD when it comes to electric vehicles. But I believe GM is still like the largest in the world, if I'm not mistaken. But GM, Ford, Tesla, and Stellantis, basically, I guess you'd have to call them the big four. They are the largest manufacturers. And I don't understand why GM and Ford, if I was in charge of Ford, there's no way in hell we would have been playing games with market adjustments on the Ford F-150 Lightning. In fact, I would have been selling those things as quickly as I could sell them. And I wouldn't have waited for tax credits. I would have just done my best to sell them without the hassle, because now you've given the truck a bad name. And it's better to have a good name than a bad name, right? Tesla, Elon Musk, while you could criticize him for dropping the price on these cars and making it so that if you bought one, you might feel that you overpaid if you bought it during a certain period of time, especially right after the pandemic. While you could criticize him for that, the simple fact is, people who buy Teslas are basically buying into a cult of personality, whether they know it or not. And they are buying Tesla because what they're doing is they're buying Elon Musk's dream. And I don't have a problem with that because, as you know, I own the stock. But my thinking is, a lot of people who may not be happy with their purchase, they're not going to say anything. There's a lot of, there's people who they know that there's some level of buyer's remorse, but they're just not going to say anything about it. So that's just, what I think about it. And I'm just shocked that GM is having so much trouble. Who are your software engineers? I just don't understand. Why are you having so much trouble fielding this stuff? It should not be that hard, if you use some of your parts, if you share a lot of the parts, especially for your EVs, the Celestiq and the Optic and the Vistic, they could have the exact same stuff or less than this car has in it. Because the Optic doesn't have to have all this stuff right here. If you really wanted, you could do the heated, cooled massage seats, and you could just put that right in the system right there. Because it's funny, the XT4 has heated, cooled massage seats, but the XT5 doesn't have the massage seats. And the, what is it? The, I could get me a massage right now. The XT6 doesn't have the massage seats. It has both of the XT6 and the XT5. They currently have the heated and cooled seats, but right now they don't have the heated, cooled massage seats. See, if I was GM, every single one of these Lyrics would roll out with heated, cooled massage seats. That's the biggest mistake that they made. They started taking away the most desired features from the cheaper models. As far as I'm concerned with the Lyric, there shouldn't be a cheap model. This thing should start at $70,000 fully loaded. And if you want to option it out with better paint and you want to option out with bigger rims, you can do that. For instance, the Celestiq offers 23-inch rims. Now, I would probably never go that large because I think the 22s are more than enough. But, my thinking is, I think if they would, do things a little bit better, I think that they would have a much better public perception. But that's just me, See, I tend to think a lot, and I tend to do a lot of monologuing, especially when it comes to technology. This is why I read a lot. I read these articles and stuff to you. And that's part of the reason why I know so much when it comes to investing, because I pretty much know exactly what to expect from the market based on the trends. If you don't pay attention to the trends, then you don't really know what to do. You don't know where to invest your money. But if you pay attention to the trends, you know pretty much how to invest your money a little bit better. So that's just how I feel about it. I just think that, public perception is the important thing. As far as I'm concerned, with the exception of Tesla, I would say everybody else has done a horrible job rolling out electric vehicles. Now, Mercedes has done a pretty decent job. BMW has actually done a pretty decent job. But I really think, yeah, I'm putting my hand down because I don't want these cops looking in here be upset with me. But I really think that with I think GM and Ford, I think they did a horrible job rolling out electric vehicles. Stellantis hasn't even rolled out their electric vehicles. So as far as I'm concerned, yeah, that's a fail. Like, they haven't put out any electric vehicles. It's just those damn hybrids. And, some people say, oh, yeah, well, hybrid's the way to go. I mean, okay, yeah, listen, if you really, really, really got to do road trips and stuff, okay, maybe hybrid works better for you. But the way I see it, it's like, I think they've done a horrible job rolling out electric vehicles, the American domestics. And when you really think about it, to me, it really feels like self-sabotage. Most of these dealerships do not want to sell these things. The dealerships want to sell gas cars because they know that there's more parts. They know that the warranty service, because, like, for instance, this car, you don't have to service this car for 7,500 miles, right? And the only thing that you have to add to this car is washer fluid. They don't want you touching anything else in this car. So all I got to do is add washer fluid. That's it. So a lot of these dealers, they know that these electric vehicles have fewer parts because your engine and your transmission take up the majority of your parts when you really think about it. So they know, look at that S-Class. If I hadn't bought this, I'd have had that in silver. Look at that. Look at that woman. Look at that. If I hadn't had this right here, I'd have bought a silver S-Class, but I didn't want a gas car, so there was nothing I could do. I was pretty much trapped. It was like, and there's that XTS. I love that car, the Cadillac XTS. Always loved that car. But I really think the rollout of electric vehicles, I think it has been terrible. If they had educated the public a little bit better, I think the public perception about electric vehicles would be better. The Kia Stinger, I think the public perception would have been a little bit better. And I think the adoption rate might have been a little bit better because, let's just face it, most working poor people, if they're lucky enough to live in an apartment complex that actually has charging units, which is basically the direction we're going, a Tesla Model 3 or a Tesla Model Y would be perfect for them because they wouldn't be paying for gas. Now, what you would be doing is you'd be giving up 30 minutes of your time to supercharge. Look, I think that's Billionaire's Row right there. That's Billionaire's Row right there in the clouds. And then up there is Trump Tower on this side. So, yeah, we're just going down to Times Square right here. But, yeah, I really think the public perception, they could have done something to work on public perception, but I really think that they did a horrible job. They really, really did. So I also like, in the system, it shows you where the EV chargers are. Because ultimately, let's just understand, most buyers of EVs, these are not highly tech-savvy people. Buyers of EVs want and are attracted to the idea of not having to pay for gas, especially if they have a house, especially if they, can charge at home. If you can convince people that you don't have to pay for gas, you can charge this thing at home, and it only takes you 30 minutes to fast charge this thing, and we're going to set up fast charges everywhere just like Tesla's done. And then you can convince people that, yeah, if you only take like 1 or 2 road trips, you can be, eating, resting, taking a shit, whatever it is. If they would present it better, public perception would be better. But these people don't know how to sell. That's what the real problem is. Like, I've always been a salesman. I worked at Circuit City. I worked at Best Buy. I sold mortgages. I sold investment loans and stuff. It's like, these people don't know how to sell. Like, if like me personally, believe it or not, my dream job would be selling cars. Believe it or not. You might have noticed I know a little bit about cars. But if I had to sell people cars and I could get paid what I get paid right now to do that job, I'd have quit my job years ago and I'd just be selling cars. I wouldn't mind selling airplanes or helicopters or cars. I love automobile sales. But I think these people suck at it, and I think that public perception of electric vehicles is, I think it's trending positive, but I think it's mostly negative because they've done a terrible job. Like, when Tesla tells you, oh yeah, well, the Cybertruck's going to get like 500 miles, but they don't explain to you what that means, that you're going to have a range extender, and they don't explain everything. If they don't explain that shit, then, you know, people are going to feel like you lied to them. And Elon Musk is real good at that. That's the ultimate snake oil salesman. Where are you turning? What are you doing? Idiots. No wonder why there's so many accidents. That guy's a TLC. Freaking morons. But anyway, yeah, I think if you do a better job of explaining shit to people, I think, or selling them, like, I think you could do it. Because, you know, people are buying Teslas, and Tesla doesn't even put out advertisements. It's like people are buying Tesla based on word of mouth and based on the individual people being ambassadors to the brand. That's what they, like, even right now, I'm basically a Cadillac ambassador. Nobody has put out as much content as I've put out in a very short time of ownership, with the exception of maybe like Lyric Media, but all of his videos are AI generated. I'm the only person doing this, like showing you everything about the car. I'm the only person doing it. So all you'd have to do is show people these things, and just show it to them in a way where they can easily understand it, and everything would just, you know, it'd be so much easier to sell. But these people suck at sales. That's what it comes down to. They suck at sales. All right, so let's look for the charging bull. Let's hit that right there and give me directions. Okay, so it wants me to go 2.3 miles to Varick. Look at this guy. This guy wants me to go 2.3 miles to Varick. I love this map. If you have a Lyric and you don't know how to use this map, what you do is on this side right here, if you choose gauges, you just see the gauge, and it also shows you if pedestrians are crossing. But when you push map, you have to push map, and then sometimes it'll give you a selection. It'll say, where do you want the map to source from? Do you want it to be Google, or do you want it to be Apple? So you have to choose, and it'll give you an arrow, and boom, right there. I love this. So basically you can see traffic all around the city, and that map right there helps you decide which direction you want to travel in. But this map right here basically gives you your guidance. So I just think that's absolutely brilliant. I love it. This software. I'm telling you, this software engineers can do a good job when they want to do it. And with this, they have like a knockout hit. They really do. And they don't. I'm pretty sure they realized it, and then they say, yeah, let's raise the price on it, and that's why they started putting out the shitty lower trims. But they really have a knockout hit right here. They really, really do. And if they do this with all of, look at that pothole, god damn. That pothole is ready to claim these rims. And once again, I have the $1,700 rim, wheel, and protection kit. So if anything happens to my rims or anything happens to my wheels, all I got to do is drive back to Cadillac and I get a brand new rim. There was no way in hell I was driving out of there with 22-inch rims and no wheel tire protection. I had to have it. But yeah, man. Yeah, this is just fabulous. Like being in this car right now here, you know, I just feel like $1 million. It's not a Rolls Royce, it's not a Lamborghini, it's not a Bugatti, but I just feel like $1 million though. Look at these idiots. These people hold their turns too long. Yeah, man, I really think they have a knockout hit. And by the way, the new Cadillac Escalade is pretty much the exact same thing, because you have Super Cruise, you have what is it called? You have this layout for the screen and everything. So the new Cadillac Escalade, yeah, I mean, but they're charging like $120,000 for those things, and then most people don't need a vehicle that size. And the gas mileage is horrible. The gas, you're getting like 10 miles to a gallon or 9 miles to a gallon. You know, so that's absolutely not the vehicle for everybody. It really isn't. Yeah, so me, I'm just keeping myself at a nice solid 30. So this way, you know, as long as you stay between 25 and 30, these goddamn speed cameras can't get you. You know, so I'm just keeping myself nice and calm, you know? And I tell you, honestly, with that Jeep, I love my Jeep, but that Jeep makes me, it doesn't allow me to be as calm. Like, it doesn't allow me to drive calm. You know, this car is nice and quiet. This car is nice and smooth. But that Jeep, when you drive that thing, you're constantly actively driving that thing. It can be, it's not calming. I'll just say it like that. You're not calm when you drive that Jeep. No, that Jeep makes you crazy. The Jeep makes you drive like a maniac. Okay, I think I can turn these blades off. The rain is kind of not that bad. Yeah, so keep in mind, like when I make videos, my videos are tours of New York, basically. You know, we give it a little tour. So you get to see New York. Yeah, so yeah. Look at this guy in his fur coat. You got a fur coat and you got a dog. Fur is murder. It's like this guy's walking around with a fur coat. He's basically dressed as his dog. Man, guy got a fur coat on. And he's walking a dog that's almost the same color as the coat. Like that, what is that? That's just like wrong. Fur is murder. Jesus Christ. Guy's got a fur coat. It's like, yes, my fur coat. I also have a mink. Jesus Christ, these people. You see all of these apartments and all of these little homes, everything over here is like $5 billion. $1 million. You're not getting anything less than $1 million right now at all. And if you don't believe it, you can just go on Zillow. And you can check on Zillow and you can look at Manhattan prices. The average rent is $5,500 a month. That's the average rent. These places are $1 million. Now, I want you to think about this. These people are paying $5,000.
In 800 feet, keep left to stay on Varick Street.
You got it. So these people paying $5,000 a month. Now,
keep left to stay on Varick Street.
Now I got 2 properties with mortgage, tax, and insurance less than $2,000. So that's $4,000.
Varick Street for half a mile.
And then I'm driving around in this Cadillac for $1,000 a month, give or take. Wait, what do you want me to do? Stay on, what is it, 5th Broadway, what? You know, these people are paying more for their apartment than I'm paying for 2 houses plus a car like this. I just want you to think about that. So you have 2 choices. You can either have an apartment in Manhattan, or you can have 2 houses and an electric Cadillac. Which one would you choose? I think that's an easy question. I think that's an easy question. And if it's not easy, you're dumb. It's an easy question. I would never want to live over here. I used to have to go to school over here, in fact. I think it was this building, if I'm not mistaken. One of these buildings. Wait, which building? It was one of these buildings right here. Yeah, I had to go to school in this building. Delphi University had a couple of these buildings. They had rented out space. Years ago when I was getting my master's degree, my first master's degree, I had to go to school in one of these buildings right here. Haven't been down here in a long time. And believe me, man, the traffic was a nightmare. When you'd come down here, oh my God. The traffic was insane. Look at this. It even tells you where the speed cameras are. How about that? It's cool, huh? Yeah, the traffic was a nightmare coming down here, man. I used to hate coming down here. Used to hate it. All right, what am I supposed to do? Okay, 0.3 miles to West Broadway, right? Canal Street is over here, too. They got speed cameras on every freaking corner. These rocks, cobblestones and shit. I used to hate coming down here. When you come down here by train, it's one thing. But then that also means you... Wait, where the... Slow down. Yeah, slow to a stop. You're scaring me. Yeah, but yeah, when you come down here, you got to take the train. And when you want to go to any other part of
1,000 feet, use any lane to turn slightly right onto West Broadway.
Yeah, you got to take the train. If you don't take the train down here, it's like you're going to have problems parking. You're going to have problems with the traffic. It's like a nightmare. You do not want to be down here.
Use any lane to turn slightly right onto West Broadway.
Right. You do not want to be down here with this traffic. You do not.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Warren Street.
You got it.
Turn left onto Warren Street.
Yeah, I'm a little bit early, so...
In 800 feet...
Oh, this guy's got the plaid!
Canyon of Heroes.
He's got the plaid mode. Again, with that plaid mode, man, I was watching that. There's a video on YouTube. Racer X just got a Demon 170, and he was racing that plaid mode from Drag Times Info or something. Yo, that plaid killed him every single time. Like, he didn't even have a chance. And I'm looking at this, and I'm like... People who are anti-EV, when you watch a video like that, that has to show you. It's like, yo, listen, these gas cars are done. The mere fact that Dodge could put out this car,
to Broadway, Canyon of Heroes,
and this thing is supposed to be the fastest accelerating car ever made, blah, blah, blah. And yet, in a regular race, you got to strip out everything. You got to take out your back seat. You got to take out your passenger seat. You got to wear a damn race helmet. And yet you go up against this plaid mode and you got this other dude's got no helmet on, didn't have to take anything out of his car. His car is a regular plaid mode. And he whipped your ass every single time. He walked you every single time. That's got to tell you something. That's got to say, yo, these gas cars, it's over. Yeah, if you have $4 million, you could buy a Bugatti Chiron. But most people ain't got $4 million. I know I don't. Not, and especially ain't got it for no damn car. But even with the Bugatti, for $250,000, you get the Lucid Sapphire.
Continue on Broadway,
and it's whipping your ass. Let me tell you something. Within the next 10 years, you're going to have 300 mile per hour electric cars. Now, granted, there's no possible place you can actually drive that. But the mere fact that we've already got that plaid mode and that's able to do 200 plus and it's electric and it doesn't use gas and you're able to do 200 miles an hour. Within 10 years, I guarantee you Tesla is going to put out a quad motor engine, or I should say engine. They're going to put out a quad motor car. Rivian already has it. But they're going to put out quad motor cars, and you're going to see these things getting up to 300 miles an hour. At that point, the government's probably going to have, sanctions against super fast electric cars, or God knows what they're going to do, because they're going to tax the shit out of that somehow. I don't know what they'll do. Oh, it's not safe. We have to protect the children. Because that's the bullshit they always use. Never fails. But nah, man. There's no way. There's no way. It's like, here you're paying like $200,000 for a Demon 170 and losing against a $100,000 Plaid mode. See, I'm wondering when Cadillac is going to put out that V-Series Lyric, because you can bet that I'm going to go right up to my dealership and be like, yeah, give me the keys. I want to drive it. And I'm going to test it. And I'm going to see what it's capable of. But my bet is that if they do put that out, it's going to probably be capable of 200 miles an hour. Because even this car is capable of 155. So chances are they'll have a 200 mile per hour V-Series. Now that would be crazy. That would be some craziness. I wonder if I'd be able to park next to the Bull.
In 1,000 feet, slide left to stay on Broadway.
Right. I wonder if these freaking tourists are already here. I hope they're not. Oh shit. Yeah, it looks like it's crowded. What do you want? Just go. Whoa, don't move.
Slide left to stay on Broadway. Then your destination will be
It's
on the
right
right.
there. And it doesn't look like there's too many tourists. At least, yeah, they're out here. They're always out here. Yeah, they're always
Your
out
destination
here.
is on the right.
Shit. Hey, sir. Oh, yeah, I got the Bull right here. I wanted to see how can I get around, but this is a bus lane. It's a bus lane only, but I can't turn around. Can't turn around. Oh, well. Yeah. So I made it. All right. Hey, Google. Give me directions to Lucid Motors.
All right, where would you like to go?
Fisker Gallery.
Fisker Lounge, New York is 10 minutes from your location by car in light traffic.
Okay. Tell me where to
Fisker
go.
Lounge, New York may not be open yet when you arrive.
Yeah, I know. I'm like 10, 15 minutes early. Yeah, this is the National Museum of the American Indian. I've been in there before. It's a nice little museum. I didn't see anything like radically exciting to me. I actually like MoMA more, but if you come to New York, yeah, this is worth visiting right here. Obviously, the Intrepid's worth visiting.
Take the next right onto Battery Place, then use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto the New York 9A West ramp.
Right.
Use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto the New York 9A West ramp.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoy my tours of New York. Hope you enjoy my tours. Look at all these apartments. $5,000, man. And most of these, because this is because this is Wall Street, basically, these are like $10,000 a month. It's like, I mean, now granted, listen, there's a lot of millionaires, there's a lot of billionaires, but I can't even imagine like paying those kind of prices for, just a roof over my head. Like, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine it. And listen, I know some people can, but Jesus. Wait, am I supposed to turn here? Yeah. Oh, okay. Am I supposed to turn here? Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is the west
Continue
side.
for 3 miles.
Right. But yeah, man, I can't imagine paying that kind of money for just a roof over my head, $10,000 a month to live here? Hell no. The Ionic 5. Gotta be careful. Like, they got cameras and shit. Yeah, Yes, I'll get there just in time, so there's really no rush. But yeah, man, I can't even imagine, man. And I remember when New York was a dump in the 80s. I remember when it was a dump. And to tell you the truth, what really started cleaning it up was Rudy Giuliani and his zero tolerance policies, which basically said, yeah, we're cleaning up New York. We're going to jail the homeless. We're going to, we're shutting down the porn stores. We're shutting down the bookstores that are XXX. And I have to say, they really did a good job. Granted, you had to violate people's rights and you had to put together fascist policies. But what did Spock say? He said, sometimes the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. That's what he said. But it is what it is. But now you can come down here and this place is super metropolitan and, it's relatively safe. Granted, there are knuckleheads and shit that come from, the Bronx, and they come down here and they start problems trying to, steal and rob and shit. Every now and then you'll hear about something bad happening. But for the most part, it's safe, for the most part. But I'm pretty sure the Democrats will figure out a way to change that. It's funny when I do my videos, there's some people like talking smack. They're like, oh yeah, well, the president doesn't control gas prices, and you should get more educated. Listen, you jerk off. I lived here for 40 years. No, I'm educated enough to know what I'm talking about. You just don't want to accept it. Not that I care, but it is what it is. Equinox. I don't know what they sell there. I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's what it is, man. They try to figure out a way to ruin this whole place if they could. It'll be just like California, where you walk around, there's human feces everywhere, and you try to go into the Walgreens and there's poop, like human poop everywhere. Bad enough you got to deal with dog poop. Now you got to deal with human poop too. Yeah, see, the beautiful thing about getting here early is I should be easily able to get a park because there's like nobody else here. But I just want to go in there and just look at it. I'm not interested in that thing at all, but I just want to make a video about it. So even with this video, I'll probably split this video into 2 parts, and I'll make one with the tour, and then I'll make one with just the car. Look around, ask some questions. Yeah, so speed limit's 30, so I'm keeping it at about 36, 33. They got these goddamn cameras everywhere, man. And they're hidden behind trees and poles and everything. It's like they're everywhere. And it's like, before you know it, you get hit with a ticket. $50. I'm like, I'm not paying y'all nothing. I'll drive at 10 miles per hour just to avoid that bullshit. So it's like, I'm letting everybody just leave. I don't even care. Just take my time. When you go on a cruise, you usually leave from ports right here. I went on a Carnival cruise, and it was one of these ports right here you leave from. I think it was this one. In fact, this is where you park your car, and then you walk over, and then you get on a cruise ship. Our cruises are booty. Our cruises are like poor. You got to fly down to Florida for the real cruises. Look at that speed camera right there. Look at that. That guy right there has an electric Ionic 6, I think it is. The Hyundai. It looks like a Porsche. I'm amazed that Hyundai was able to get away with that. Like, they literally said, yeah, let's make a car that looks like an electric Porsche. And ironically, their electric Porsche lookalike looks more like what a Porsche should look like than the Taycan. I just find that ironic. Like, I'm amazed that they'll allow them to even sell those in the... Uh-oh, speed camera. Look at that. Goddamn speed cameras, man. I was trying to catch up to them. Electric Porsche. If Porsche took that car and just slapped the Porsche badge on it, I guarantee it would sell. I guarantee it would sell like even way more than it's selling right now. My problem with that thing is it's too small. Like it's a nice commuter car. It's a nice like daily driver, but it's like too small. Well, for me anyway.
In a quarter mile, use the right lane to turn right onto West 14th Street.
That thing looks more like a Porsche than a Porsche Taycan does. Like I can't. They had no shame. They're like, yeah, let's just copy them. To hell with it. Like, they had no shame whatsoever. Amazing. Let's see, West 14. Where am I supposed to turn? West 14. Meat Market. Put all these damn car dealerships.
To turn right onto West 14th Street.
That's Genesis House.
To stay on West
they sell
14th
Hyundai
Street.
Genesis. The Genesis House. Pier 57. Marine Aviation Pier. Yes, down here somewhere is the Intrepid. I think it's either further up or it's back. I forget. I think it's actually further up. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. There's Rivian right there. So I took you last time and we drove the R1S.
Your destination will be on the left.
The R1S is a nice truck, and it was nice, a nice SUV, and they also have the R1T. That's nice. I think Rivian's actually doing a better job selling their trucks than Ford is doing, honestly. It's just that Ford built those things to mass scale, but I honestly think Rivian does a better job with it. They're a little bit more expensive, and the insurance is a lot more expensive. But I honestly think Rivian's doing a better job. And I have stock with Rivian, too. All the electric vehicle companies, it was like when their stock was at the cheapest, I bought in. And I'm just holding. I'm going to hold, and I'm going to look at it every 5-10 years. Just like with Tesla when I got in 2012. So the Tesla dealership is one block up, and it's one block to the right. So this is Genesis dealers right here. But where is it? What those people? Fisker. I should be pulling right up on them in a second, and they're closed. Look at this. There's no lines here. All right.
Your destination is on the
left. So that's the
left.
Fisker Lounge. I don't know where you can park here. Oh, well, okay, I can park all over this street. Let me real quickly see the Tesla. Let's see if they have the Cybertruck still. Excuse me! Excuse me! Is Fisker open yet? 10 o'clock, right? All right. Jerk. Yeah, we'll be in there in a minute. Yeah, well, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so let's turn right here. I already knew it wasn't open. I still got 5 minutes, so whatever. Yeah, so I could park right here because the place is right there. I could park right here next to Tesla. That's where I parked last time. Why did I get all these fucking cones? And besides, this is Sunday. Oh, yeah, there it is. Cybertruck. Got this Cybertruck. Cybertruck. I don't know if you're allowed to get into that thing. What is this? No parking. Film shoot. They're shooting a film. Yeah, film. No parking. Film shoot. Shooting a movie? No parking Monday, no parking Tuesday. No, so the no parking thing is over. Film shoot's over. Okay. I might go into Tesla too, because I want to see if you're allowed to sit in the Cybertruck. You should be able to. Oh shit, it's all traffic's this way? Damn it. Alright, no big deal. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Let me park right next to Tesla. God damn, they put a freaking speed camera here? I mean, who's speeding here? Jesus Christ, these people are hard for money, man. They hard up for money. They got no shame. Speed cameras. These things are in every freaking block. I mean, I'm not speeding. I'm being good. I'm being a good little boy. What the hell's wrong with y'all people, man? You guys are hard up for money. You guys are hard up for money. Jesus Christ. Cybertruck. All right, so let's figure it out. This is Sunday, so it's easy to park on these blocks without, look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to park right over there, so I'll be right in front of their dealership. So they open in like 3 minutes. I should be able to get in here. What does this thing say? Yeah, so how do you get in there? Alright, let's figure this out. Alright, so that's Fisker. That's a bus stop right there. So I have to park, I guess, in front of the bus stop. So I'll park right here. Excuse me. Try not to get run over. Alright, yeah, I'll park right here at the bus stop. Alright. Okay. Yeah, let's go in there and check out the Fisker. Oh shit, bus is right behind me too. Okay. All right, so the rules, what is this? No parking, 2 meter, okay, 2 meters Monday to Friday, commercial vehicles Monday to Friday, and it says taxi stand, but these, I think, oh, this guy's got a TLC right here, so, yeah, I'm only gonna be in there for a little while, so as far as I can tell, I think I'm allowed to park here. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, whatever, we'll figure it out, but I'm not gonna be here long enough for these goddamn freaking people to bother me. All right. So yeah, I shouldn't be bothered because as long as you're ahead of the bus stop, I don't think they can do nothing to you. Oh yeah, so that's where the white lights are. I was trying to figure that out. So, Fisker. Hi. Came in to take a look at the ocean. Yeah. How are you? Cool. You don't have to sign in, do you? You don't have to sign in, do you? Okay. You don't have the Rivera also on display, right? No. Okay. Same car, different color.
Yeah, same car, different color, and different interior.
Okay. These door handles are lit?
Yeah.
They are.
Light.
Oh, all right.
They always have light, but you open the door.
Huh. Now, how much range do these get on a max charge?
360 for 86%.
360. All right. Okay, so they got like.
You want EV?
Right there, in fact, right in front. I got a Lyric right now, like right over there, in front of the what is it called? Right here. In this park right here. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah, the interior is nice too.
It looks like Lexus.
Oh, you want to see it?
It looks like a no.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Yeah, you could look.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I wanted to check these out because I wanted to see what y'all offering as far as these. Huh? Oh, this one has the solar roof. Oh, okay.
This is the full one.
This is the full solar roof. Oh, yeah?
The only the Henry Fisker Mache is that the solar panel.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, that's really nice, huh?
It's good for city travel.
Huh?
It's good for city.
Yeah, these things are really good. They're really good for the city because it's like you don't have to pay for gas for one.
I know, and then easy to park.
I guess this parks itself too.
They had good traffic here, so.
Oh, yeah? All right. Okay, so they put a really, really big screen in this thing. So it's a really large touch screen. And what else they got in here? So the air conditioner came right on. And so what we got? We got heated seats here. So the air conditioner vents can be rotated to fit your needs. Okay, and then there's this button. I don't know what that does. Okay, so those are heated seats for the front and back. I could turn this air conditioner down. I could almost turn it to off because there's no point in it running. The materials in here, it's an interesting fit and finish. It feels very, I mean, they have this microfiber. All of this right here is microfiber. And then they have the light right there. This is like a mold. The seat material's nice. The white interior, this is really nice. This is really nice. And that solar roof is really interesting because with the solar roof, you can recharge the battery very small amounts because it helps you if you're running the air conditioner. It helps you to get higher miles per gallon if you're running the air conditioner. There was another car company called Solar One, and Solar One had they have the digital mirror too, so that's nice. They have a nice digital mirror. There's the controls. So mine has the controls on it too, except my controls are on this side. So you got the digital or the off. I'll leave it on. Then you got the voice command activated system. Oh, look at this. This is probably lane departure warnings. They got the lane departure warnings on the windows and the mirrors. And that's the voice controls. I'm fitting in here very nicely. What's this? Oh, look at this. Okay, so they have a pad for like if you're a pilot, a leg pad. That's interesting. I didn't know they had that. This is the key. Let's see. Navigation map. Now, one of these like fully loaded, like, what is the price you figure, like with the solar roof and with all?
Oh, we cannot talk about the
You can't talk about price.
You
Okay.
need to check website
Check the website.
because we just showing the car and experience like experience.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is nice. It's, you see, one thing I like about these EVs is they're usually nice and spacious. This is nice. This is really nice. This is really nice. This is a nice little option. I've been seeing more and more of these on the road. I don't know how long it takes to build them or how long it takes to get them. You can get them in those colors right there. I don't know how long it takes to get them, but this white interior, I like this white interior. And because it's like this microfiber suede And it has a black booty line right there. So if you fart, like the fart goes up the line and it dissipates at that little... Doesn't have cooled seats though, I noticed. What's this? And they have cameras. Okay, that's cool. So you got cameras for the wheels, camera out the back, which is basically what we're seeing up there. A camera at the back, camera in the front. So you can see a camera for the front of the car, so when you're parking. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll drive one of these things, but I don't know if I'm really that excited to drive one. It's nice, though. It's really nice. It's actually very, very nice. Let me see the green one. The blue. I think this is blue. This is a matte color. This is a nice matte. Okay. Pretty much the same thing. So we get that matte color on the outside. This is the darker interior. This is very nice, actually. I'm glad I bought the stock. You gotta buy the stock in these electric companies, man. I swear to God, these guys, once they start making these SUVs, they're gonna come up pretty quick. I will say this, the interior on this car, most of the materials, it's definitely, it feels premium, but it kind of also feels, it's kind of like striking a balance between rental grade and premium at the same time, but it's nice. I have to say, it's actually very nice. It's really, really nice, actually. Oh, yes, you know, another thing that I remember about the Fisker is you can rotate that screen. So when you push that middle button and you hold it, I'll do it in the other car. Yeah, I forgot about that. You can push this, I believe, and you push it and hold it. Yep. Yeah, you just push that one button and it rotates everything. It takes a second for the software to reorientate itself, but that's nice. Oh yeah, that's nice there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wonder if I know Tesla's like goes left and right, but I like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can make a decision as to whether you want it, which orientation you want. I like that. Let's see. As far as, I don't know if you could change the color of these lights. Let's see what we got here. General display lighting, yeah. Exterior, interior lighting, ambient lighting, brightness. Oh, you can't change the color, it looks like. Looks like it's just LED white. Okay. Safety, driving assistance, doors and mirrors. Yeah, it's pretty. Pretty little car. This is nice if you have a small family, but yeah, it's got a decent amount of space in there. Yeah, that's nice. Charge system. 302 miles, 85% max charging. I'll tell you this, I like this a lot better than the Polestar 2. And I also like this a lot better than the Volkswagen ID4. This is actually nice. This is definitely, I think this is definitely going to catch on. This is really nice. I'm glad I bought this stock. Oh. Not bad. Oh, okay, you pull it open. And that's CCS charging right there. Black wheels. Yeah, it's yeah, I've been seeing these things on the street, and I always thought they looked kind of cool. it's not as long as my car is, but it looks like it's got a decent amount of headroom, which makes it easy to sit straight up. That's always a good thing. That's the other one. Those wheels look weird, but looks like they work. Interesting. Look at the wheel design. They have like a, it looks like a granitium style wheel design. That's pretty good. And blue brakes. Blue brake calipers. Clean future. Yeah, okay. Hey, that was pretty interesting. So I signed up for a demo drive, but they just didn't have the demo cars right now. So I'll probably drive it next week, they said. I didn't feel comfortable leaving my car there because of that cab stand sign, because I don't want no damn tickets. So I said, yeah, I'll just drive over here. I'm just going to step into Tesla for a second because I want to see if you're allowed to sit in the Cybertruck. So if you're allowed to sit in it, I'll have a chance to see what the inside of Cybertruck looks like. Because it didn't look like they had it still roped off, but I'm not sure. So let me just find out. Yeah, I gotta reprogram all of my parking apps and everything. Hopefully the parking apps allow you to program multiple cars in this case, because I've never actually tried. All right, let's go over to Tesla. The guys who are the movers and shakers of the electric vehicle industry. Movers and shakers. Ah. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have to. Oh shit! I left the fucking car on. I forgot. It'll turn itself off, but I forgot about that. Can't do that. When you walk away from it, it'll auto close. It'll auto lock. That's one of my favorite features. As soon as you get about 20 feet away, yeah, it'll auto lock itself. Should be. There you go. As soon as you hear that, you know you're good. All right, let's run into Tesla. The movers and shakers. Yeah, that guy that I was talking to, that guy didn't work for Fisker. That was like a guy who lived like upstairs or something. Hey, how you doing? I just wanted to see if you're, because now that they've released a car, are you allowed to sit in it?
No. This is
Why?
A showroom production car. So it's not actually like it's technically still considered a prototype. It's not a...
This is a prototype.
Yeah, it's not the actual production.
Oh.
It's to scale. It's to scale, but all of the Tesla showroom galleries across the country who have these are kind of blocking them off. Also, for example, if some, like all these, like Model Y, Model 3, we have on display, you can demo drive them, but if something were to happen, like we replace this, we don't really have a means to replace that.
You know, I could figure that there's no test drives for it, but I was wondering if you're allowed to see inside the damn thing.
No, unfortunately right now, we're still trying to open it up.
Oh. So I guess not. What movie were they shooting here the other day? Yeah, like they had no parking signs. They said they were shooting a movie.
I actually don't know. I wasn't really paying. Maybe I wasn't here when they did that.
Yeah, if you notice, they still have those green signs. They have all these cones everywhere.
Yeah. The cones were there yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they filmed it last night or I don't know what movie.
Oh, okay.
We closed up at 6, so it wasn't there at 6 o'clock last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well. I think these guys are out of their minds. Oh, so those are the white lights. Those are the white lights for backing up, I think. And that's the power button. That's the power button for the bed to open and close the bed. Oh, they have the quad cycle here. Man, they don't even give you nothing on the quad cycle. This, I swear to God, like I've seen like some of these things wrapped in matte green. This thing kind of looks like the Warthog from Halo. And because of the fact that Xbox had crappy graphics, it really, if you have this in green, wrapped in green, it absolutely looks just like the Warthog. So it's like I'm wondering how long till somebody puts those hooks in the front that make it look like a Warthog teeth. Or the Warthog tusks. This thing is weird. I wonder what the market is going to look like for these things in 5 years. I really wonder. Yeah. Interesting. All right, I think I'm done. Okay, you take care.
Take care.
Yeah, I look forward to the day when you'll let people actually sit in it.
Yeah.
What the hell? Rent here now. What the hell is this? What is this? What the hell is this shit? I know it's artwork. What is this? What is going on here? What is going on here? What is this? Is this 3D art or 3D printed art? What the hell? This is just weird. And oh, nobody's renting it, I guess. This is some weird shit. What the? Richard DuPont terminal stage refers to biological metamorphosis and transformation that has been a theme of DuPont's major works since 2003. Okay. General Dynamics facility, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and participated in a broad anthropometry study. The examination involved extensive manual body measurement, traditional anthropometry, as well as a full-body laser scan. Through the use of computer electronic programming, he is able to maneuver his real form into surreal shapes. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. This is just strange. This reminds me of Cyberpunk, when you have to develop your character. Normally, I would stop by Hyundai, but I'm not going to do that because I really don't feel like going by Hyundai, so I'm not going to do it. You know, Hyundai Genesis house. Or maybe I will. I don't. I really don't. Nah, I'm not gonna do that shit. It's like I don't really care. You know, I've already test driven and videoed like the GV60. So it's like, yeah, that's enough for me. I'm out of here. Get the hell out of here. All right. All right, we're getting out of here. All right, we're getting out of here. Escape Manhattan. That was interesting. So the next time I come over here, I'll test drive the Fisker Ocean. Hopefully it won't be raining. So that should be interesting. Yeah, to tell you the truth, it's like the only thing I'm even excited about anymore is the electric vehicles. Like, I just like to see what ideas they're coming up with. You know, gas vehicles at this point, it's like, at this point, I'm done. I'm done. They bore me now. Rivian. Coming down here, it's like, you know, as in I own stock in Rivian, Fisker, Tesla, and who's the other one? Lucid. As in I own stock in all of them. Coming down here, it's like checking on them to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. To me, that's what it feels like. It's like I'm doing quality checks. Because after all, this is my money. It's like, if y'all do a good job, I make more money. If you do a bad job, I make less. It's like, nah, I got a problem with that. So y'all need to do a good job. Yeah. Okay, it's warning me about speed cameras. I don't know if there's too many. Because, see, most of these blocks, they put lots of speed cameras on the West Side Highway, but a lot of these blocks, some of them, they don't really need them because the traffic is usually so egregious until you can't even hope to speed. So for the most part, some of these blocks don't really need them. Because when it's not Sunday and it's not like a holiday, man, most of these blocks, man, you can't even drive down these damn blocks. But right now, everything's okay because, you know, I'm already at West 28th and I'm going up to, 59th Street. So driving 20 blocks doesn't take that much time. Peloton. Spectrum. I'm amazed they're still in business. Selling that crappy ass cable. I bought my Verizon Fios. I never looked back. Okay, so if this is the Lincoln Tunnel, that means the Jacob Javits Center is right there. Yeah. Yeah, it feels good to not have traffic here. It's almost like, you know, the way it's supposed to be. Oh, you see this shit right here? This is how they're going to get you. Congestion taxing. That's how they're getting you. That's how they're getting you. It's those freaking cameras. Now, I don't know if they've activated those things yet because it doesn't look like they're on, but that's it right there. That's how they get you. That's how they're going to get you right there. So if you enter the Lincoln Tunnel or if you're driving in these blocks, they got you. That's that shit right there. God damn. God damn, that's just disgusting. That's what they look like. So yeah, I'm a limit my coming over to here. It's like, I don't want to pay y'all nothing. I really don't. It's like, I don't feel I should have to. I just on principle, it just, the whole idea of that congestion taxing shit, that just disgusts me on principle. A lot of food over here. Oh, nice bars and nice places, little nice places to eat. Yeah, they make you not even want to come over here because basically you have to take the train. I mean, yeah, you could drive over here, but then you got to deal with those parking issues, and then you got to deal with this congestion taxing and all that. They just make it not nice. It's not fun. It's like when I was younger, I'd drive over here. It would be a Friday night. I would drive all the way over here, and no problem. Like, I'd take a chick out on Broadway. Like, we go to, say, Ruby Foods. You'd pay more to park than you pay for the food. Parking was like $40, $50, but the food was like $30. It's like now you pay $60 for the food and you pay like $80 to park. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like they're doing their best to ruin this place. It's like, unless you're a tourist and you're just coming to visit, not to stay, it's like, man, they're doing their best to ruin this place. They make you not even want to come over here. And then the thing that really bothers me is a lot of the city services, they force you to come here. So you oh, look at this. Black Lyric. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, I had to wave to him. He doesn't. I don't even know if he knew I was looking at him. That's the first one I saw. Well, that's the first one I've seen over here. It's a nice black one. That's my thing. Every now when I see Lyrics, I'm just gonna like wave at him. I'm like, who is this guy? He's like, gee, do I know that guy? Does he work for us? Because that guy was a limo carrier. That was one of the things that helped to move Lyrics when they were just sitting on the lot. TLC said it was okay to use Lyrics as limos. I think you're better off using a Model Y as a limo, but, you know, for the black car services, they want to have the nicest possible car they can have. Yeah, I'm going to turn right here. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Those wipers are nice and quiet. Yeah, so you could see traffic. It's green. As long as those lines are green, we're good. So basically that means I could take this 59th Street bridge. It's green all the way over. And from the looks of it, the rest of the map is mostly green right now. So as long as I'm out of here before, like, say 12 o'clock, which I will be, you don't have to really worry too much about traffic. It's not too bad. Museum of Arts and Design. Yeah, I got a couple more blocks to go. Oh yeah, in fact, I could be turning right here. Yeah, let me do that. I can turn right here, and then I'll take the outer edge. This chick right here, this red thing on her hat. She's a nice tall one. They've been feeding her. She's been eating corn. She's been eating the corn husks. Where are we? Okay. I wonder, have they taken Trump's name off of Trump Plaza yet? Because that's these Democrats and these liberals. These people are psychotic, man. They're going after him with everything in the kitchen sink. Oh yeah, well he sought to defraud us. It's like, whatever. You mean like you're defrauding me with my tax dollars? You mean like that? Or something worse? I wonder. I'd throw you all in jail if it was up to me. Lucky it's not up to me. What is that? Does it say? Yeah, it does. It still says Trump Pavilion. What Trump needs to do is he needs to make all of his Trump things. He needs to make those like historic buildings or some shit, because otherwise they're gonna like pull his name off of there, and they're gonna do anything they can to destroy him. Now, never mind the fact that he's in the history books and he ain't coming out of them. But they're gonna do everything they can to destroy his name, and they're just now. And it was funny, before he ran for president, Trump in the 80s, the 90s, he was synonymous with New York wealth. And now that he's been president of the United States of America, now they're trying to destroy him. They're doing their best, these fascists. They're doing their absolute best. They want to destroy his name, destroy his image. I believe in Hebrew, they have a saying, Mach Shmo Azrakram or something. Mach Shmo Azrakram. It means, may your name and memory be obliterated. That's what I think you're dealing with. I think you're dealing with psycho. Oh, is that the TRX? Look at the TRX. I'm surprised they don't. That's what they should refer to Trump as. You Mach Shmo Azrakram. May your name and memory be obliterated. That's what these liberals are up to. That's all they think. These people are nuts. Like, you gotta pray. He's in the history books as the 45th president. He ain't coming out. Ever. There's nothing you could do about that. You can label him whatever you want to label him. He has not been charged with insurrection. He has not been convicted of insurrection. They're trying to punish him, but he hasn't been convicted of nothing. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. That's what fascism looks like. Most people don't understand what fascism is. That's exactly what it looks like. I believe, isn't Polestar right here? Yeah, Polestar was right there, because that's that Gorilla's, that Gorilla clothing company. Yeah, I'd driven the Polestar 2 right here. They had the gallery right here. Yeah. Balenciaga. They sell high-priced, overpriced bullshit and ugly-ass shoes. But it says Balenciaga, so in order to be cool, I have to buy it. Right. No, I don't think so. It's the ludicrous mode. Oh, no, that's the performance mode Model Y. New York sports clubs. I see that's closed. They should open a Blink. But then again, most of these places, they probably can't afford to, because the thing about it is these rents are high. These rents are real high. Look at this traffic cops. That's all they're doing. Looking for tickets. That's all they're doing. That's all they do. Park Avenue. I think my tours are better than like the bus companies, like where you get on the bus and you ride on the top of the bus. I think my tours are better. All right, let's go. Come on, guys. Come on. You imagine how much better my efficiency would be if you people would drive. Oh boy, well, we're almost out of the city. I'll probably end this video as soon as I get out of the city. But you can imagine what this place is like at rush hour. Oh my God, this place. You coming out of Wall Street at rush hour, this place is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Lower Manhattan, Upper Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, this whole place is a goddamn nightmare. Whole place. All right, guys, the light's green. Let's go. Nobody's moving. 7 seconds. You know you're stupid. All right, you know what? Amazing, these people. You had 10 seconds. Y'all did nothing. I also like the fact there's a button here for auto hold, and when you auto hold, the car just basically just stops, doesn't do anything, it just stops and stays. So you could take your foot off the brake, you don't have to worry about it moving because it's not gonna. It's like, you know, getting used to driving electric vehicles. I always drive with full regeneration. You know, like my family, I let them drive the car. And they're not used to the regenerative braking, and they're not used to it. So what I did was I just turn it off for them just so that the car will coast, so that they can feel that the car will coast, and it feels more intuitive to them because they're used to driving gas cars. See, that button right there allows you to turn regenerative braking on and off. Now, if you're driving with regenerative braking off and you do want to try to recapture energy, they have this little switch right here, and when you click that switch, it allows you to do basic regeneration braking. But to me, it's better to just drive with it on. So this way, as soon as you take your foot off, the car automatically does it, and you never actually really use your physical brakes. What you're doing is you're using the regenerative motor in order to rebuild power. So to me, that makes way more sense than driving with the regenerative braking off, because this way it'll help you increase your energy efficiency. But bottom line is, it's like my problem is I drive this car fast, and not only do I drive it fast, I drive it fast with regenerative on, so I end up using a lot of power because I'm usually driving like 80 and 90 miles an hour, because like when I'm on the highway, everybody's getting passed. If you keep me waiting any longer than about like 1 second, you're getting passed. So it is what it is. And I end up using a lot of electricity fast. But the bottom line is, for the amount of driving that I'm doing, I'm not sucking down tanks of gas. You know, I'm just recharging. You know, recharging while I'm sleeping. I'll probably what I'll do is I'll do my own personal experiment, and what I'll do is I'll recharge the car tonight for the beginning of the week, and then what I'll do is I'll try to go as long as I can without recharging it and see what the max range I can get without recharging it is. But the problem is, again, it's like I drive like a madman. It is what it is, you know. So now we're in Queens. So basically, hope you enjoyed that little tour of Manhattan. Yeah, you gotta blow at these people. It's like they sleep. What the hell are you? Get off that phone. In fact, I gotta get behind. Yeah, I gotta get behind. This guy's on that phone. He's up there looking down at shit. Bald head. Patrick Stewart, Picard looking. Whoa, Jesus Christ, my fault. Whoa, yeah, we don't want to get too close to each other. Sorry about that. You saw the lights beeping up there. This car doesn't have the heads-up display, which is odd because the Blazer has the heads-up display. But the bottom line is, when you see those three things beeping, what it's doing is it's basically warning you that you're getting too close to the next car. This car is constantly making sure that it doesn't get into an accident. Like, if you get too close to somebody, or if you're backing up and the car doesn't like the situation, this car will go to a dead stop. It will absolutely stop, and it'll jar you. It's like, yeah, you're about to hit somebody's bumper, or you're about to hit something, if there's like a child or something behind the car will stop itself. It's not playing. Like, you have to want to run somebody over to hit them and run them over. Oh, look at that. That's the W222 2014 S-Class right there. Nice and silver. So, about to get right back on the highway. And we good. Okay, I see they cleared up that accident from earlier. Supposedly, this space right here, this area that you're looking at, supposedly, for whatever reason, they had a very, very high likelihood of Volkswagens and Audis getting in accidents right here. And there was actually a article about it. And I think what it was that these people were speeding and they couldn't make these turns, or they weren't turning as sharply as they needed to. And they were wrecking up alongside these walls and these poles. Yeah, but I thought that was really odd that they called out Volkswagen products specifically. That was a long time ago. That was like 10 years ago. All right, let's get on this highway. Traffic still looks relatively good. And we Gucci. Let's see if these people can make it through this light in 9 seconds. They were saying that when they put these light countdowns, they said that it helps people be less anxious when they're trying to get through a light. And when they put up the amount of time that it's going to take you to get to like highways, they say it makes people less anxious. This guy's got an old Lexus. That thing's beat up. The bumper's all beat up and everything. Where's he from? South Dakota. Wow. South Dakota. I haven't seen a South Dakota plate. It's from South Dakota. There's like nobody there. There's like nothing there but like caribou and like oil wells and stuff. There's like nothing up there. In fact, South Dakota is one of those things that begs the argument, why is there a South Dakota and a North Dakota? Like, why don't you just make it Dakota? Like, why are there two states up there? Like, that's just, you know what that is? It's just using the Electoral College and taking advantage of it. You've got two states with very similar people who are going to vote virtually the same exact way, because as far as I know, North Dakota and South Dakota are both red states. Okay, yeah, I can turn from this lane. Yeah, was a Tesla service center over here. Look at all these Teslas. Look at this. And it's funny because everybody feels that they have to modify the interior of their Tesla because everybody has the same damn car, so it gets really, really boring because everybody's got the same car. Don't be naive. Hamas is your problem too. Jubalong.org. Look at this. Don't be naive. Hamas is your problem too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess I'm about ready to shut this down because the thing about it is We've escaped Manhattan. We're getting on the highway. And I've already done pretty much a lot of highway driving. So unless I see something really interesting, there's really nothing to show right now. So it's just nice and calm, nice and cool. Look at this guy. He's smoking cigars, buddy. Really? It's like, come on, man. What about your lungs? But he's a taxi driver too. Might be smoking weed. He might be gutting a blunt. That's probably what he's doing. Probably smoking weed up in there. Yeah, so yeah, about to jump on this highway, escape from New York. But I'm gonna be right back over here. So if you want to see when I drive the Fisker Ocean, just make sure you're subscribed. And then again, subscriptions almost don't matter. YouTube does not send out notifications the proper way. They just don't do it. You may notice there's a lot of people who got hundreds of thousands of subs, and there's people who've got millions of subs, but when they go live, you don't see that because YouTube doesn't notify you that the person's going live. I remember, before the pandemic, I remember when somebody would go live, as soon as they had hit that live button, it would pop up and say, yeah, this person's going live, and this person has a premiere video, or this person just uploaded a video. I remember before that damn pandemic, YouTube's algorithm would let you know right away when somebody was doing something. Now, the only way to know when somebody's going live is either if you happen to see them live, or if they have a mailing list and they send you emails, or I think if you're a member of their channel, I think it does it the way it's supposed to. But I'm like, come on, you guys are disgusting. Because it's like even me. First of all, I've explained to you, YouTube to me is a tax strategy at this point. Yes, I make money on YouTube every single month. And I make good money on YouTube every single month. Not to mention all those electrical equipment products. My suppliers in China, they've been giving me all that stuff free. They have saved me. And shout out to Electron, shout out to all those Chinese suppliers. Because the American suppliers didn't give me shit. Dodge never called me up. Chrysler never called me up. Nobody ever called me up from Stellantis. Oh, hey, yeah, we're having roadkill nights. Are you interested in coming? Nobody ever did that shit. So as far as I'm concerned, fuck them. I'm done with them. But bottom line is, the Chinese suppliers, they've given me thousands of dollars in equipment. Like that wall charger that I charged this car with, that thing normally would have cost me $600, $700. The portable charger they gave me, that normally would have cost me $300 or $400. They gave me those free because I'm a YouTuber. YouTube for me is a tax strategy. Got the G-Wagon. YouTube to me is a tax strategy mainly. And on top of being a tax strategy, I get perks and benefits and whatnot. So like when you see me in business class on ANA and you see me flying to Bali and Singapore, just know that all of that's a tax write-off. But bottom line is, it's like they're biting us. They're the content creators, whether it's just Pearly Things, Fresh and Fit, they're like just hurting us, because they're not sending out notifications. There's no way that I'm getting 2 million views and there's no way that I'm getting that many views on these videos. And I'm looking at the monthly and the annual stats. There's no way that I'm getting that kind of viewership, and I haven't crossed 100,000 subs. There's no way. That's manipulation. I've also noticed that some of the some of the content creators, when YouTube feels a certain way about them and they get too big, all of a sudden it's like they hit a wall and they can't get more subs. It doesn't make any sense. And I've noticed I don't get their notifications anymore. And I've noticed that I never know exactly what they're doing when they're doing it. So I can't even interact with their content because of YouTube. So the bottom line is, they're doing that on purpose. So me personally, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to keep doing exactly what I'm doing. And you know how the turtle, he's the slower one in the race, but he inches up to that finish line? In my opinion, in this case, there really is no finish line, but you're just racing. It's like an endurance race, basically. But bottom line is, it's almost February. I'm filing my taxes. And when I file my taxes, it's like I'm writing off my vacation. I'm writing off this car. And that'll be it. And I'm gonna maximize my tax return. I'm gonna have a nice, fat, juicy, delicious tax return. And since my trip's already paid for, it's like I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna invest in my dividend-paying stocks, just like I've been doing. So that's basically it. Now, YouTube, I've been taking that YouTube money and investing it, and I've built a nice, juicy, delicious dividend-paying portfolio. You know, a lot of other people, they took that money and they were wasting it on, they were renting cars and renting luxury cars and stuff and doing like 2-minute reviews on them and then getting into car accidents so that you didn't see the car no more. I was like, come on, who do you think you're fooling? But nah, man, I ain't got time for that bullshit. Take that money, invest it, dividend-paying stocks. Now, granted, yeah, there are some people who invested in some cryptocurrency, and as we inched up to 68,000, Bitcoin basically dropped the knife on them and then fell down to like 20 and less and went down to 17. And I think there are some people who bought in at 17 who may have made some money. But the thing about it is, there's no way in hell I would take that kind of money and put it into a speculative asset and then it not perform at all. It's like, no, I do my dividend stocks, man. You got to remember, sometimes you got to be the turtle. The turtle, slow and steady, wins the race. But see, there's some people, they just trying to be fast money. You know, it's funny. I'm not going to name names. I was listening to a cryptocurrency channel, or I was listening to a channel that doesn't normally talk about cryptocurrency, and they're talking about it last night. And I'm listening to this bullshit. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, y'all are talking about all these coins you got into, and you're talking about but I'm not seeing any of it. Like, I'm not seeing any money. I'm not seeing any crypto houses. I'm not seeing any crypto Teslas no more. I'm not seeing any crypto Bugattis. I've never seen a crypto Bugatti. I know they may exist somewhere, but I've never seen one. I'm not seeing any more. I haven't seen any more crypto Lamborghinis. Where's all the Revueltos? Where the crypto Revueltos? I haven't seen any. So it's like I hear people talking about this stuff, but I'm not seeing it. It's like I feel like Rick Ross. It's like, where the money at? Where the money at? I ain't seeing it. I'm sure some people, you can go 1x, you could go 2x, you could go 3x if you buy into a snow coin. It's like, yeah, I've heard them saying that, but I'm not seeing it. Finding that kind of interesting. Just not feeling it. But, I'm sure I'm flashing my money. I'm driving my money. I'm driving my dividends. I'm driving my dividends. Imagine you got enough dividend paying stock so that whatever your insurance is for the year, your dividends alone pay your car insurance. Imagine that. Or imagine your dividends are paying bills. Like, just because your money is sitting in the stock market, your dividends are paying bills. Meanwhile, crypto don't pay no dividend. You either cash out or you leave the money in. And the thing about it is, if you leave the money in, you can't be certain what it's going to be a month, a week, a year from now. You can't be certain. Whoa, look at that. Uh-oh. Don't want that hurting my wheels. Don't want that hurting these 22s that these dividends paid for. I don't want these rims getting scratched. Can't have that. But yeah, when you put money in crypto, you basically just have to wait and pray that the shit goes up. But when you put money in dividend-paying stocks, you get paid just because the money's sitting there. Oh, but that method is too slow. It's like, okay, fine. All right. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. It's the endurance. You gotta endure this shit. Some people ain't up for that. Some people ain't got that endurance. I got that endurance. I'm driving that endurance. I got a ceiling fan that says endurance on it. Man, that Prius looks terrible. I'm amazed. Like, if I was that guy, I know that guy's probably paid that car off and he's probably getting 60 miles a gallon, so he doesn't care, but my God, that thing looks terrible. It's just Acura MDXs and RDXs. Those things look, they still look ugly. No, thank you. A police van right there. Or a police explorer. Oh, but that's not regular police. He's Port Authority. So yeah, he can't really do much to me. I ain't worried about him. Yeah, they in there talking and chatting, having a good time. Yeah, he's Port Authority. I ain't worried about him. Yeah, so far so good.
To be continued.